I was thinking part of my roots in queer activism come from my mother's history as a union fighter and leader when she worked at a factory in Long Island. And once she took me to a strike, and she said, "Stay in the car. If mommy gets arrested, somebody will come for you." Mommy didn't get arrested, but I just remembered how loving she was in that defined act. And so I wanted to read from my novel, Chulito, which is about two Latino boys who fall in love in the South Bronx, and they're figuring out how to live their lives. The scene is going to be inside of Edgar Allan Poe's cottage that I'm going to read from today. And because sometimes in this world, loving is still a defined act. Carlos walked over to the ornate floor lamp and pulled the cord. The dim light it gave was no match to the setting sun that was fighting to the end. Carlos went to the window. The pattern of lace curtains made it look as if his face were tattooed. Chulito smiled at the thought of Carlos, the goody-goody college boy, with any kind of tattoo. "What are you smiling at?" "Nothing. Well, the curtains look like whatever," he said, trailing off, enjoying his private joke. "What?" "Nothing." "Check out the sun," Carlos said. "It's almost gone." Chulito walked over and stood by him and felt the temperature in the already warm room rise about 20 degrees. Carlos turned his head to look at Chulito. They were about 2 inches away from each other. Chulito imagined himself jumping back, saying, "Yo, you're invading my space, bro." But he stood there, staring into Carlos's eyes, feeling the heat of the sun, the heat of the room, and the heat from Carlos's body. "Thank you, Chulito. I thought you'd like it. I love it." Chulito thought that he should be turning away at that moment, but he didn't. He should be putting on the brakes because he knew where this was heading, but he didn't. He should have been doing a lot of things, but instead he leaned forward and closed a small gap of space between them, and their lips met. They kissed gently at first, almost as if their lips were bumping into each other, and then the small kisses grew longer. Chulito held Carlos against his waist, and when their chests met, Chulito felt their heart beating just as hard as his, like two drums conjuring up the most dangerous spirits. It was as if they had dived into an ocean and discovered they could breathe underwater. As they embraced tighter, Chulito could feel Carlos. He wondered, how many people have kissed in this room? He didn't know the answer, but if the spirits were watching, he didn't think they ever expected two Puerto Rican boys from the South Bronx to be locked in a kiss whose passion challenged that of the setting sun. And kiss they did, defying their neighborhood, defying their macho Latino culture, and embracing each